Hey everyone, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please go ahead and follow and hit the 5-star rating. Well, folks, the volatility continues. We're all waiting for Bitcoin to find some sort of bottom and then start a relief rally. And we, of course, know the altcoins follow Bitcoin's move. So right now, Bitcoin's still hovering around the oversold zone. It's currently trading near $69,000. So we're seeing a bit of an uptick here. It seems like there's a nice bullish setup that is happening on the chart. But of course, we got to give it time. There's no guarantees here. But I think we are due for a relief rally because we've been so oversold, in the extreme oversold, in fact, based on the RSI, both on the daily and the weekly. The fear and greed sentiment has been in extreme fear. I mean, it's at levels we've never seen before. The fear and greed index hit 5. So it's rough out there. And look, this is a bear market, obviously, right? As we've been talking about over the past week or so. But even in bear markets, you do see strong counter trend moves, right? Especially when the sentiment is so bad. The market always does the opposite of the herd. There's a lot of people depressed, they're giving up. Some are calling for very insanely low prices, right? That go beyond the technicals and the metrics. And I do believe that there's a potential for us to go into the 50,000s here. You know, it's not guaranteed, but certainly it's something that could happen. So I do think we might see a relief rally first before we roll over. Now, how high that relief rally goes, there's some strong resistance at around like 80K or so. I would love for it to break through there and go test 100, 101,000. But there's no guarantee of that. So we're going to have to watch how this plays out. You know, I've told you guys that I'm personally looking at potentially taking some profits if Bitcoin hits the 90,000s. I'm not selling all my Bitcoin, just some, taking some money off the table and then continuing to hold and accumulate once we hit the lows again for the next bull market. So that's my strategy. Obviously, your financial situation may be different. Some of you may not need to cash out or anything. Maybe the best thing to do is just hold. Some of you may need the money and you have to liquidate. But this is not financial advice. You got to do what's best for you. But that's just what I'm doing. A good sign on the daily chart with this little bit of a move, the bears are losing momentum. The MACD is getting from dark red to light red, and usually it's about to flip green. So that could indicate a relief rally is coming soon. Obviously, the market has to prove itself, and we have to let this play out. There are some things that we should keep in mind or that could be catalysts and huge narratives that could spark the relief rally. For example, the Supreme Court said they're going to announce on February 20th, so just next week, their opinion on Trump's tariffs, right? So will they rule that it's unconstitutional and they revert it? We're seeing there's some front running of that, right? Where Trump and China and others are, he's backtracking essentially, right? So this is not to get political. It's just the facts, right, of what's been happening. People get very politically upset about things, but sometimes when you just state the simple fact of what's happening. But just want to make sure you guys understand where I'm coming from. If there's a reversion of the tariffs, then the markets could rally significantly. We're gonna have to wait and see how that plays out. Not to mention Trump has his Fed chair that's going to be nominated soon and be put into office come May with Jerome Powell ending his tenure there. Plus, you have the crypto market structure bill. So could these things all dovetail over the next couple of months and then we have a very strong relief rally? Yeah, I think so. But, not guaranteed, right, guys? So I hope you understand that when we look at investing, we're looking at different scenarios and which one has the higher probability of playing out. So I do believe there's a high probability for a relief rally. Again, I think low probability of going to new all-time highs. So we'll see how this all plays out. Now, over the past few days, with a lot of volatility, just so you guys know, Coinbase actually went down a bit. I was actually surprised by this, but they have resolved the issue and they said everyone's funds are safe. Obviously, Coinbase is a legit trusted exchange, publicly traded. I'm a user of the platform, but they had some issues. And this is where I always tell you guys, regardless of which platform, I custody the majority of my crypto assets on hardware wallets. And many of you know I use Trezor. They make great hardware wallets. They actually pioneered the hardware wallets back in 2013. They started the whole industry and building the device with the seed phrase setup and much more. And their devices, the new Trezor Safe 7 is quantum resistant and top of the line security and much more. And they support a variety of tokens. So obviously all the top coins such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Cardano, Dogecoin, and much more, even new tokens like BlackRock's BITL. They have a great software called Trezor Suite, which helps you to manage all of this. You can buy and sell within the respective app on mobile as well as desktop. And they have a hand holding service. So if you buy the device, you can talk to a Trezor rep and they can walk you through the process of setting it up. They don't ask you for your private key, so you don't have to worry about it. Now, right now, they have a Valentine's Day sale going on where you can get big discounts. So you can get up to 20% on some of the bundles and much more. So this is running to February 15th, so over the next couple of days. So make sure you check it out. You can get a big discount and grab one of these devices. Again, the best way and the safest way to store your crypto assets is on a hardware wallet where you control the private keys. And one of the great features of the Trezor wallets is that their devices are open source. The code is open source. So it's out there. Anybody can review it. That's how much they trust what they've built. So if you'd like to learn more about Trezor, visit the link in the description and check out the Valentine's Day sale. Now, guys, the CFTC has announced its members for the newly formed Innovation Advisory Committee, and it has some very big names like Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. You have Adina Friedman, Chair and CEO of the NASDAQ. You have Hayden Adams, CEO of Uniswap Labs, Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase. So this is really, really great, guys. You have TradFi plus crypto firms involved in this. And I think this is very significant. It's analogous to what's happening with crypto and TradFi and the convergence we're seeing. So great to see all these things are happening. And of course, Mike Seelig, the new CFTC chair, is getting a lot done. And he's collaborating with Paul Atkins, the SEC chair, to get crypto legislation and clarity done, guys. So this is really, really great. And we continue to see progress is being made on the crypto market structure bill, dialogue and meetings and hearings. Most recently, the banking and the crypto industry had their second meeting. Democrats had a specific meeting about this. So while it's a bit slow as molasses in certain parts of the process, we're still making progress overall, right? The trend is that things are moving ahead. And here, the White House crypto digital asset advisor Patrick Witt said today there are trillions of dollars in institutional capital on the sidelines waiting to enter the crypto market. So he's saying once the Clarity Act is passed, it's going to unlock that trillions. And I've been telling you guys that for a long time from people I've been speaking to in the industry and in the TradFi world. So there's a lot of capital waiting to come in. These firms that they're making announcements that they're looking to do things, they're just dipping their toes. They're ready to plunge in, but you need the clarity, right? Because they don't want to have problems getting lawsuits and all these things. We need the Clarity Act in place so these companies can go all in. And as I've said many times, this is going to lead to higher valuations of the tokens and their blockchain networks as you get more capital and building on them and investments in them. But first things first, we got to get the rules of the road in place. Now, one thing that may hinder us is Donald Trump and his family continue to launch crypto products. On one hand, it's bullish, right? It's adoption. But on the other hand, as I've been saying for a long time, I wish he would slow down, wait till the Clarity Act is passed, because we see some people in Congress are going to call out the ethics, right? And in addition to other things. But I'm hoping this is not going to be a roadblock. So Trump-backed World Liberty Financial will launch WorldSwap, a cross-border remittance platform targeting the $7 trillion annual Forex market. So World Liberty Financial is, of course, crypto focused, right? So I'm sure they're going to use their stablecoin, USD1. Also, Trump's Truth Social files for 2 crypto ETFs. So Trump Media's Truth Social funds filed with the SEC for 2 cryptocurrency ETFs, one for the Kronos Yield Maximizer ETF, targets CRO plus staking rewards. That's the Crypto.com token. And the other is the Bitcoin and Ether ETF, tracks Bitcoin and Ether plus Ether staking. So again, look, I'm not saying he can't, but this is just horrible timing. It also has bad optics. Let the legislation pass. And then, you can do your thing. Although I would argue it's okay for his kids to be involved in this, but things that are closely related to him that have his name on it, not a good idea. It's just bad optics. And, I've been not a fan of the meme coins, the Melania and Trump meme coins, which are down like 95%, by the way. So those things I think hurt the market. So it's a double-edged sword with Trump, man. He's good for crypto, but he's also doing crap that is like hurting crypto, in the eyes of the masses and even in the industry. So I wish he would just hold off, let the market structure pass, and then do your thing. So hopefully these things don't pop up and cause us to have a delay. Now, look at this. Crypto Group counters Wall Street bankers with its own stablecoin principles for bill. So we all know the banks don't want you to earn stablecoin yield on platforms like Coinbase or Uphold or wherever, right? They want to keep as much of that money for themselves so they get their big bonuses. We know the game. We've talked about it ad nauseum. Well, the banks proposed some things, and now the crypto industry is pushing back. So the U.S. Senate's crypto market structure bill has been waylaid by dispute over something that's not related to market structure, yield on stablecoins. The digital chamber is offering a response to a position paper circulated earlier this week by bankers who oppose stablecoin yield. The crypto group's own principles documents argues that certain rewards are needed on stablecoin activity, but that the industry doesn't need to pursue products that directly threaten bank deposits business. So guys, this is not about, any type of risk. It's just simply they're going to lose those big fat bonus checks, right? That's all this is about. And they want to keep giving you 0.01%, the breadcrumbs in your savings account, right? They don't want to give you the majority of the yield that they're earning on the money you park at the bank, right? They want to keep it. So that's what this battle's about. But we're going to see. I'm not sure what the compromise is going to be. Hopefully they do find some sort of resolution. It seems like both sides are willing to do something here. And the banks are starting to look bad because crypto's on the attack, highlighting that this is them trying to screw the consumers, right? Which they are. Frankly, they are, right? So we shall see. But great that the crypto industry is pushing back. Okay, BitGo, which just recently went public, a crypto custodian, of course, expands its partnership with 21 shares to provide staking and custody across the US and EMEA. So partnerships, acquisitions, mergers, companies going public, expansions across the globe all continue to happen. So this is really great. Look at this news. This is big for Hbar. I am a Hbar token holder. So FedEx, many of you know, the courier company, they have joined the Hedera Council to advance trusted digital infrastructure for global supply chains. So this is really big. If you look at who's part of the Hedera Council, it's pretty amazing. IBM, you got Google, and many big names. They are working with some of the biggest institutions, and Hedera is continuing to get a lot of adoption. Again, many of you know I'm a Hbar token holder. I'm bullish on it, and I'm looking forward to it doing better in the next bull market, right? Because we know this previous bull market was lackluster. It was stunted, and we can go through all the reasons, but we've kind of talked about it before. But to say the least, there was no altcoin season like we've seen before. So I'm still bullish, and I'm still holding Hbar. It's going to be one of the tokens I'm going to accumulate in the bloody bear market, right? And when blood is on the street, everybody's scared. So I'm certainly going to be picking this up along with XRP and some others, and preparing for the next bull market. Okay, moving ahead. Czech president signed a law removing capital gains tax on Bitcoin after 3+ years of holding. So this is really great, and I'm hoping it sets a big standard that is copied around the globe, because it will boost crypto adoption, and it would be huge, if other jurisdictions started following through. But this is huge to eliminate capital gains tax, and it's amazing. 3 years of holding. So if you've been a long-term holder, that's really good, man. So we'll see. Hopefully the United States put something like this in place. That would be amazing. And speaking of the United States, the Indiana Senate Committee advances HB 1042, allowing state retirement funds to invest in cryptocurrency. So we continue to see states across the U.S. are embracing crypto. They're not waiting for the federal government. They're passing legislation to allow their pensions and different things to invest in crypto. We know a handful of states are already doing that, investing in Bitcoin ETFs. They're buying like the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF and much more. So just incredible incredible what's happening. Again, right now the prices are down. It's bear market. Everybody's frustrated. They're kind of pissed off at how the previous bull market ended. But I still see so much adoption, so much building, so much investing. And while again, this past market was lackluster, I do believe that once we get the market structure in place and you have all these things coming together, converging, you're gonna see a massive, I think, the super cycle bull market. And I'm not saying that just out of hype, just what I'm actually seeing, the factual things now, right? And all the building. I mean, if you just look at what happened in Q4, aside from the price action, we had some of the biggest adoption news ever, ever, ever. I mean, it's incredible. All the banks are here, the stock exchanges, they're looking to go 24/7. They're integrating blockchain. You see, Jamie Dimon has capitulated. He's no longer trashing crypto. He's like, crypto and stablecoins and blockchain are all real and yada yada, right? Every last naysayer is capitulating, even Vanguard. So there's no detractors on the big institutional side. Now in the media and your Peter's Shift and some of these other guys, yes, but they're nobody. You know what I mean, right? What you want is the companies that have the capital, that have the network, and they're all here. And the last ones have capitulated, Morgan Stanley and Vanguard, as mentioned. So I'm excited for the future of the market. So don't be dismayed. Don't be depressed. Don't think crypto's dead. Don't fall for it. I've been here for many cycles, guys, and I've seen it all. And seen the even worse with FTX collapsing, where I thought the market might not be able to come back, and it did because markets are cyclical, and regardless of the narrative and who got flushed out and whatever, they will rebound, especially when you have technology that's going to be part of the fabric of the markets and governments and economy moving forward. I've been saying it. It's all going to run on blockchain rails. Anyway, guys, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't as yet. Check out my newsletter on Substack. It's 100% free. I should be putting out a write-up pretty soon, so you don't want to miss that one. It'll include a lot of chart analysis and things of when we may see a relief rally and so forth. So check it out. Again, it's 100% free. And be sure to grab a copy of my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital. And check out my course at mycryptocourse.com. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.